Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach Certification. Today we're going to discuss the foundations of health and life coaching. Specifically, Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach Certification. Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach Certification. Today we're going to discuss Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach Certification. Today we're going to discuss foundations of health and life coaching, specifically managing resistance and overcoming client barriers. Let's start with an introduction. Resistance in coaching can be challenging, but is often a key part of the process towards change. Resistance may appear as hesitation, avoidance, fear, or outright refusal. Understanding and addressing such barriers requires empathy, skill, and advanced techniques. When handled effectively, resistance can even pave the way for valuable breakthroughs and transformation. The objective: learn how to identify and manage resistance while fostering trust, addressing fears, and guiding clients past barriers to achieve growth. Here are some key points of learning. Key concepts in understanding resistance. What is resistance? Resistance in the context of coaching is a client's reluctance, either conscious or unconscious, to engage, change, or take action. It's not always negative. It often signals underlying fears. Here are a couple forms of resistance. Cognitive resistance: difficulty accepting new ideas or perspectives. Emotional resistance, driven by fear, anxiety, or discomfort. And behavioral resistance, lack or follow through, avoiding tasks, or passive behaviors. Common causes of resistance: fear of change. For example, a client fears losing stability when pursuing a new career. How to address that? Reframe change as an opportunity, not a threat. Number 2, lack of trust in the coaching process. Example: hesitancy around confidentiality. How do you address that? Clearly explain your process and reiterate safety. Misaligned goals. For example, a company's coaching agenda doesn't align with the client's personal needs. How can you address this one? Revisit the goal collaboratively. And past negative experiences. Previous therapy or coaching didn't yield results. Here's how you address that. Build trust and acknowledge the uniqueness of this relationship. Techniques to address resistance and hesitation. Number 1, build trust and rapport. Trust is the foundation of overcoming resistance. Here are some action tips. Be consistent in your approach and validate the client's feelings. An example technique: reassure confidentiality throughout. Everything we discuss here remains entirely between us. Here's another example. The space is yours, your pace and your comfort guide, our process. Active listening and empathy. Clients need to feel heard. Often resistance signals a lack of understanding or unresolved concerns. Take a few moments to review the rest of the slides. Number 3, reframe resistance positively. Resistance often highlights unmet needs. For example, clients might say, "I don't think I can do this." Reframe the response. What's standing out as most daunting about it? Here's an example. Resistance is simply your mind protecting what's familiar. Change starts there. Motivational interview techniques, or MI, motivational interviewing, is a collaborative method encouraging clients to really embrace ambivalence towards change. Here is the OARS framework. Open-ended questions. What would success look like for you? Affirmations. Recognizing this challenge shows how committed you are. Reflections. You seem torn about this decision. What's behind that? Summaries. To recap, we've discussed your hesitation and outlined 2 steps forward. Number 5, cognitive barriers and the challenges that come with that. Help clients overcome limiting beliefs or misconceptions. A technique example: encourage evidence gathering. What evidence do you have for that fail? What might prove otherwise? Use scaling questions on a scale of 1 to 10. How ready are you to move forward? And are you ready to quit, or are you ready to move on? Number 6, normalize first step vulnerabilities. Introduce small, safe actions to build momentum. For example, a client fearful of starting a project might outline 3 tasks to complete in 1 week. The example, the first step is often the hardest, but it's where confidence grows. Address emotional concerns gently. Steps to work towards and through fear. Help clients name their emotions, explore the origins of that fear, and outline strategies for emotional regulation. If someone says, I'm afraid of disappointing my family, you could ask, what would success look like for you, free of their expectations? Include systems thinking. A client's resistance may originate from systematic or external pressures like work or family. Explore their broader environment. For example, what outside factors are creating this hesitation and how might you manage them? Use the client's language. Mirror their wording to discuss fostering alignment. For example, if a client says, I feel stuck, avoid reframing as you feel incapable. Instead say, what's behind that stuck feeling? And then co-create solutions so that you can engage in strategies they co-design. And by doing this, you can brainstorm solutions together and choose one action step to pilot. Here are some summary tables. Table 1, types and causes of resistance. Here's the type, the example, the cause, the underlying signal, and the coaching tip. Let's walk through an example. Cognitive resistance. The example, client doubts the coaching value. The cause, fixed mindset or skepticism. Underlying signal, fear of being proven wrong or challenged. And the coaching tip, present small measurable successes to build belief in the process. Take a few moments to review the rest of the slide. Table 2, core techniques to overcome resistance. Here you will see the technique, the purpose, the example statement, and additional actions. Let's walk through an example. Active listening and empathy. The purpose, it builds trust and uncovers deeper concerns. The example statement, you're worried about failure. Can we unpack what triggers that failure and fear? Additional actions. Use reflective questions to reaffirm the client's emotions and encourage openness. Take a few moments to review the rest of the slide. Table 3, motivational interviewing, OARS or OARS. Let's look at the element, the example action, the purpose, and the advanced strategy. We'll walk through 1. Reflections, example action. I see that stepping into the unknown feels daunting. The purpose, demonstrate understanding and validation. And the advanced strategy, mirror the emotional tone of the client's statements to reassure trust and empathy. Take a few moments to walk through the rest of the elements, as you'll see there's open-ended questions, affirmations, reflections, and summaries. Table 4, quotes coaches may use. Here you'll see the quote, the context, the purpose, and the coaching insight. Let's walk through 1. What's a quote? Refusal is often protection. Should we uncover what's it's guarding? Context, when deeper fears call for exploration. The purpose, builds a safe pathway for clients to voice underlying hesitations. And the coaching insight, reframe emotional defenses as reasonable concerns that need acknowledgement rather than dismissal. Take a few moments to review the rest of the table on quotes coaches may use. Number 5, addressing resistance by type. Here you will see the resistance type, the strategy, the example question or statement, and the advanced application. Let's review behavioral resistance. The strategy, offer clarity on next step and small steps. Example question, what's one manageable task you can achieve today? In the advanced application, walk through potential roadblocks. If smaller tasks are to accomplish, brainstorm solutions. Here are some multiple choice questions. Question number 1. What is the primary purpose of cognitive behavioral techniques in coaching? A, to encourage emotional outbursting during sessions. B, to promote fast decision making. C, to reframe unhelpful thinking and behaviors. Or D, to dictate solutions for clients. The correct answer is C, to reframe unhelpful thinking and behaviors. Question 2. Which step is critical to building emotional trust with hesitant clients? A, offering monetary incentive. B, reassuring confidentiality, C, minimizing their concerns, or D, speeding up success metrics? The correct answer is B, reassuring confidentiality. Question 3. What question best applies to collaborative solution building with the client? A, did you finish your task? B, how can this approach work better for you? C, why aren't you trying harder? And D, what's the easiest option someone else could implement? The correct answer is B, how can this approach work better for you? Question 4. How does reframing help with fear-based resistance? A, forces client to avoid failures or fear. B, positions challenges as opportunities. C, ignores emotional cues for action. Or D, relies exclusively on tangible success metrics. The correct answer is B. It positions challenges as opportunities. And question 5. Which component of motivational interviewing is central to addressing resistance? A, judgment of resistance. B, analysis of coach goals. C, collaborative client dialogue. Or D, resisting or restricting autonomy. The correct answer is C, collaborative client dialogue.